Well, this is happening more and more often. Hackers are weaseling into all types of businesses and stealing data about customers. When that happens, companies have to tell you about it.
But as we've learned, not right away. Consumer investigator Chris Kimura teamed up with reporters around the country to find out how long companies are waiting to loop you in what they found. Chris.
We found surprising delays that leave you in the dark when your data's on the dark web. You're about to see how that has consequences. A friendly word up front. The viewer you're about to meet speaks softly.
Yeah, so I have long COVID. That's why I lost my voice. But
He's whispering, but he wants to shout from the rooftops.
I want to scream the message, yeah.
We'll call this consumer Steven. We're not using his real name or location because crooks launched a repeated, all-out attack on his identity.
I got so paranoid. I was like, how are they keep getting in?
He says they hacked his email, drained his frequent flyer account, got cash advances from his credit card, and he couldn't stop it.
I couldn't prove that I was me.
Steven says the con started when a corporate data breach leaked his social security number.
Word of a massive data breach.
If you watch the news daily,
Is the latest victim of a cyber attack.
it sure seems that daily we're reporting new data breaches.
2.9 billion records were in fact breached.
Data breach complaints to the federal government have skyrocketed, and hackers are impacting virtually every company, including our own parent, Comcast. But how new are the breaches on the news? NBC Bay Area, Telemundo 48, and our sister stations around the country started looking into it.
When hackers get into a company's computer, California law requires the company to tell you and the Attorney General, which makes the report public. Well, right now, the Attorney General's data breach database has more than 4,000 reports in it. Our team analyzed all of them.
The average time between the date thieves got into a company's files and the date the company disclosed the breach was a little more than 6 months. 27 weeks, to be exact.
Is 27 weeks fast enough?
No, that's definitely not fast enough.
That's Thorin Klasowski with the Electronic Frontier Foundation, based in San Francisco.
A lot can happen in that amount of time. Even 90 days, a lot can happen with that data.
Here's the thing. The law doesn't lay out a timetable to tell consumers. Our colleagues around the country found other states' laws aren't any clearer.
We need to have quicker reporting.
That's Virginia U.S. Senator Mark Warner. He spoke with my Washington colleague Susan Hogan.
I think the reporting needs to be done literally in days, not weeks.
Warner's vision is a federal standard, but that's only to report to the federal government, not you. Privacy experts told us there's no effort to get data breach notices to you any faster. Until companies are required to tell you faster, what can you do? First, freeze your credit file so crooks can't get credit in your name. Next, stop reusing passwords.
It's scary.
That's David Henry at Netgear in San Jose. Netgear recently surveyed more than 2,000 people and found 67% of them are using the same password for multiple accounts.
All it takes is one of those companies to get breached. Well, that password is now on the dark web.
Henry also recommends two-factor authentication, aka 2FA.
Definitely turn on 2FA across all of your accounts.
Quietly, but firmly, Steven says even that wasn't enough to protect him.
Before this, I had a credit freeze. I had two-factor. I had complicated passwords. And none of that mattered.
Steven's convinced the ID thieves too easily answered his bank's security questions after they got his breached social security number and looked him up online.
It's enough to steal your identity. I asked my employer to take my face off of the website and my bio off the website.
Steven also recommends asking about adding a spoken password to access your accounts over the phone.
Because that is the way that you prevent them from getting hacked.
Let's go back to freezing your credit file. We just mentioned it twice. Well, now this is the third time. We want to show you how to do a freeze, so we made a video showing you the steps. You can watch it on our website or YouTube page. Just look for the How To playlist.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. If you need some consumer help, you can scan the QR code on your screen. That'll take you right to our consumer complaint form. Fill that out, and Chris will follow up with his team.